No! This isn't right!
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Aha!
That's right, I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? And welcome back to Danganronpa! You didn't think it was over, did ya?
Yeah.
You know the danger. But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? Decide right here and now whether... Run away! Oh, wait, no. No. We have to figure this out. Pursue the lie. Click it again.
No, we've already done that. Let it go.
Run away is a little check mark next to it. Made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she could kill someone. There must be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Unless two people are working
Wait
together
a second.
again.
You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
I will point out, it could have been Byakuya and Toko working together.
Yes.
Surely, like, especially if, like, the two of them went to the bathroom themselves, they are each other's alibi for their bathroom trip. Then they could have just gone...
And not to mention, you know, the whole relationship that they have. If Byakuya, you know, had told Toko to kill someone, or to cover up for him killing someone, she would.
In this situation, it'd be Byakuya doing the killing and Toko covering up so Byakuya could get free. Because whoever does the killing is the one that gets to leave. So the two of them could have left during one of the supposed bathroom trips. Byakuya could have killed him, the block key, whatever, and then everything else. And then, as we had said, during the time when Toko ran to get the pickaxe, just, you know, take the top out, fold it all up, take the coat, put it on the body, go.
Yep.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Wait. So we did succeed. Hooray!
We got straight A's throughout the board. Gosh, I haven't had straight A's since 3rd grade.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Sorry.
Well, you're wrong.
Yes, indeed. Yep. Hey! Shing! Thrills! Chills!
So here's something.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Game over.
What?
Wait, what?
You skipped the cutscene.
I was trying to pause. Okay, wait, hold on. I can fix this. Alright, we went back
We're
through
back
the
from
entire
running away.
trial again.
We're back from running away.
Well,
Yes.
does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept? I see. I suppose.
Oddly
Who else
enough,
could
the
it have been?
hour-long trial only
I
took
mean,
about 20 minutes.
Byakuya had a.
But of course, I have an alibi. I couldn't possibly.
Someone had to.
There's only one. Someone could.
What?
I don't see any.
Wait, let's think of... First, Mukuro, who we didn't even... And Kyoko...
Okay, time's up.
What?
Okay, time's up.
It's because so that vote.
Okay,
It's because Exodia.
it's because Exodia.
That is what it sounded like.
We got less points.
Yeah, because you failed, like, on one of the things. You
I
kept
failed
getting
on
it
more
wrong.
than one thing last time.
Yeah, but you kept failing the one thing over and over, and you also weren't clicking on as many, like, extra seconds things. And also in the bullet time battle, you got unlucky with the combos.
Yeah.
We still got 100
Now,
points for
who
it.
will be chosen as the...
Hey, hold on.
What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be? So, right, as I was trying to mention last time, it's interesting that Monokuma allows Makoto to be considered as the Blackened here, considering that throughout this entire thing, it's been only the murderer could be, like, considered as the Blackened and be killed off.
Sorry.
From this one, either Kyoko or
Yes, indeed.
Makoto
Yep.
could both be killed off.
Hey! Shing! Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Which either means that Monokuma doesn't know who did it, or doesn't care who did it.
I
Or,
don't
you
expect
know,
you to
is
forgive me.
lying the whole time.
Let's give it everything we've
If
got!
Mono-
It's punishment time!
If Monokuma doesn't care that Monokuma's lying, that means he doesn't care. Anyway, hands off the keyboard.
Yes.
Hands off the keyboard.
Now, what I find interesting, as I started to mention with Kyoko's, is, yeah, this is the exact same one. Which means that, unlike the other punishments we've seen, this one isn't custom made for, like, to be fitting for their character.
See, that's the picture of the death trap.
Now Makoto is sitting here, looking very nervous. Oh, he gets embarrassed, as it's a sex ed lesson.
Again.
I just want the implication that because it's either Makoto or Kyoko who gets the sex ed lesson. It's just like, yeah...
Meh.
I mean, we still fall head first into whatever this is.
And that's why everyone's surprised! Was that? It had to be.
This is...
Some stupid advice from that stupid guy still one-upped you.
It would seem...
So, why did Alter Ego step in to stop Makoto from dying, but did not step in to stop Kyoko from dying? There are at least two theories that I've heard about that.
Alter Ego likes Makoto more.
That's not one of the two that I heard about, because Alter Ego seemed to like Kyoko. One is that it took time for Alter Ego to actually properly infect the killing machine, and when Makoto is the one who's being killed, it does take longer than when it's Kyoko who's the one being killed. And two, Kyoko never actually died. All of that really was just a daydream of Makoto. That future never actually happened. Somehow he knew what the crime punishment was going to be. But Makoto had no idea that Alter Ego would come in, so that wasn't part of the
Future family!
Those are the two most prevalent theories that I'd heard of.
What the heck?
I mean,
In other words,
What's up?
well, the one I was thinking is just that it would seem to me that Kyoko probably had some sort of arrangement with Alter Ego.
To save Makoto, but not herself?
Possibly because if she was the one implicated, then, well, I mean, as she said it, she admits that she lost. If Makoto betrays her.
Oh, yeah. Why are you talking like you've already won? You're never gonna see him again. In a way, that's an even better special punishment.
Um...
Calm down.
We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
What did you say?
so...
We've been seeing everything so far from Makoto's point of view, right? Until suddenly now. Massive bicycle towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. Really towering over. Brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. I'm trying to, like, piece together all of the stuff of this school. It's like, okay, what, two-story building that apparently has a pool right above a gymnasium, and it's still only 2 stories tall. The main...
What are you talking about 2 stories tall?
Isn't the pool right above the gym?
Yeah, the pool's right above the gym, but it's 5 stories tall.
The pool's on the 2nd floor, isn't it?
Yes. It's on the 2nd floor of the main building. The dorm building is only 2 stories tall.
Yes. Is there anything... all of the hallways and stuff of the school, all weird mishmash and stuff. What's that building on the left with the curved blue roof then?
Oh, you're right, that's probably the pool. I see what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. So the one on the right is probably the dorms. The one there is the pool and the gymnasium beneath it. Unless, of course, the pool is just its own independent thing, because if I recall correctly, the pool, you have to go forward and then forward into the changing room, and then forward again into the pool area. Hit the gymnasium, you go forward, and then turn right.
It's really... The landscaping of the building is way off whack.
I will say, I am pretty sure that the pool isn't on top of the gymnasium.
They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It's built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. Wink, wink. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was moi. Ning! Woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Was any class I might ever been in before? What in the world is going on? Nah. Finally. I finally feel my mind and body start to... Okay, this whole we are super short thing is just crazy. Are we lying down on the ground? On the dirty, dirty ground? An awful, awful smell. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That's just the beginning of my problems. I was going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? I can't let that happen. After what my good friend went through to save me, I know all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First I could start looking for a way out of here. How about door? Decided to look around for some food. The water is rotten! Oh no. Let's go check it.
Just a second.
A giant pile of piece of trash. Rude.
It smells awful.
Nice
Indeed.
hat.
So,
Glad to hear that, Kyoko. But you got some garbage in your hair?
hey,
Where were you keeping that?
hmm?
Hey Kyoko, what up?
So, you,
Though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
indeed.
Though I knew I did nothing to help you.
I
Abandon you. No, you didn't. Kinda, you did.
However,
Why'd you have to
It's
survive?
true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to
in
survive.
other words,
So I can do what I came to this school to do. So my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason.
indeed.
That's right, at least I did once.
I
Recently I'd forgotten what it was. I had no memory of what my purpose was. You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? We all fainted.
That's right.
Me too. And when I woke up in a strange feeling of separation with
It would
myself, a disconnect.
seem
At the point my memory was gone. That time I'd forgotten why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
hey,
It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
indeed.
They are positive it's the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory! There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose, my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
However,
Some of my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back.
why is that?
Alright, we all work as one. The mastermind would know us right away. Plus, such as mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct. However,
So much what I can do by myself, which is why I asked you to. You're the least likely to be the mastermind. That's just intuition. Was right though, because no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Da da da. It's a dream I had before, but why that just
Listen.
happened? It is nothing, right?
hey,
So just so you know, because I'm not used to relying on
Correct.
others. I've never asked you for help the right way. But say if you're not convinced.
so
My purpose and my ability. Ooh,
I
what everyone should have known me for. The ultimate detective! Yeah, that.
Gee, I'm so shocked. I never would have guessed you as a detective.
is someone I had to find.
so
The headmaster. Because he's my dad.
in other words,
Same for him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope Speak.
I
Huh?
no matter
Fine
what,
headmaster, no matter the
so
cost.
I
Aye. Says my whole purpose for coming here was to find who
However-
makes sense. I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. Headmaster isn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. Only based on what I see when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
So...
We might have been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desks drawers dumped on the floor. Or the conclusion that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
it's true.
I'm suspicious I had to investigate the second floor of the dorms. So I also found this.
Indeed.
So now of the entirety of Hope Speak Academy. Found in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. So a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had it to stay overnight from time to time. The headmaster would have a private room, right?
Correct.
So I finally remembered. The purpose was to find the owner of that room.
However,
Then I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Since the moment I saw it, I realized what was going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
So...
You can see it for yourself. I'm sure you get a chance soon enough.
However...
No idea of what was going on.
However...
I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you. Everyone but you and me had an alibi. So
Anyway...
Well, see, it's not true, actually. There was a third person without an alibi. The mastermind. We know that the mastermind wasn't controlling the Monokuma doll all night.
Yep.
Purpose was to get
Indeed.
Kyoko killed, so they can disappear in retaliation. They wanted to draw me up
Correct.
and eliminate me. That was the point. Mastermind knew that they couldn't interfere directly because of school
That's right.
regulations. Minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Speak at your discretion.
In other words... Hey,
It could have been you, Makoto.
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? We were woken up in the middle of the night by someone with a knife? The footsteps of the god of death. I hear the god of death as he moves. It naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
The dorms had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, saw a white shadow cross the corridor. Saw a shadow go into your room.
Correct.
You and saw what was happening. Intervened immediately, of course.
However...
This is the end of things. Stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
The murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. The work of the mastermind, an attempt to use the class trial as an elimination.
Indeed.
Mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't
Correct.
interfere. And they did was a contradiction.
In other words... Makoto.
The identity of the other ultimate despair!
Indeed.
The ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
That's right.
What happened a year ago? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
It would seem...
A despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Indeed.
They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. 100-mile dash pain of a junk food junkie. The end. Now, see, the problem here is we're only halfway through an episode.
I think we'll need to figure it out. Here's the thing. I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say here's the thing, but I honestly don't know at this point.
The ultimate despair, a group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. These same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world, the most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now,
Anyway,
now we have to get out of this awful place. Burn out the rest of the story and come after. Yeah, you're right. Door! Also, why is it all green? Find a way to open this door. Hey, do you still have your key that opens every door?
indeed.
Open any door.
That's right.
The key's on that door, right?
It's true. Indeed.
Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There's a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose it, funny. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah. Now you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Yeah, trying to climb that thing, that would be terrifying. Maybe talking about keeping right off of it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So long you've been doing detective work.
So...
Ever since I can remember. I'm from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. I'm sure your blood is in a lot of places, too. This time of being a detective is considered a secret duty. My family's always seen it that way. See, family famous? Quite the opposite. Among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Also, notice how she is also wearing high-heeled boots. Just like the person who was killed.
Yes.
But how come? Is it like your family tradition? We take pride in it. Detectives neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That's how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence.
It's true.
It's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. It's like I said, it's our source of pride.
However...
Yet, I gave up some of that pride.
I
turned to Hope's Peak. I had to reveal myself to the school. Did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you gave up that pride. The reason you go so far as to enter Hope's Peak is because your dad was the headmaster who would know that you're ultimate detective.
What?
I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with him. What?
Wrong.
Something I want to talk to my father
However...
about. Something I want to say to him there. No matter where it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Meh. Last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He's in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. Sure, there's a reason for that. Sure, your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. All I could tell is that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing I can never forgive.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. The rest of my family looked at me. They saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. Shadow's been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need him to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to sell the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. We have family. To just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. So shocked to say something like that, I didn't know how to respond, so instead, I said nothing. Just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like
Indeed.
this is it. Let's side of the store. Oops, Peak is waiting for us. We're
That's
back.
right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? They're saying that's where we'll come out. Oh gosh, climbing up such a ladder like this would be terrifying. Imagine having to climb all the way down.
Yeah, luckily the two of them just, dropped it.
Oh yeah, much safer. Locked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Looks like we're back. Look how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. At least we're out of here. Now we're back. Please close that trap door. That didn't die, of course, but the mastermind finds out.
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Just get a concrete answer.
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem.
however,
Try to hide, it's only a matter of time before we're found out. It's not like we can run away. What do you think is going to happen?
Because-
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. What does it mean?
so
Masterminds are exposed during the investigation into Mikuro's death. So won't let the mastermind let their guard down.
right.
We can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It's better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down.
Indeed.
Monokuma should
Shall
be
we go?
legit. Let's get going! Whee! I'm just going to guess that everyone else is all, probably asleep in their dorms.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Kyoko, I didn't mind so much.
I
But Makoto's supposed to be
don't
dead.
believe
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are you gonna be okay?
Pum, pum.
You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So if I did, what will you do?
Shing!
You'll be parties exposed during the class trial. There you alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. But
However,
before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because,
You set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting you away, so you want an excuse to
in
kill
other
me.
words,
Supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right?
Ah,
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
When Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. There's also the trial granted all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
In response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you act by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. Made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You also realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mikuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. Blacken is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? That means I lose. Stop your game. You saying that Blacken is me and not Makoto?
Well?
You can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. Is this a comedy routine? Make such bold claims on a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I'll blame it now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find
That's
some.
right.
It's not how deeply you try to bury it. There's only ever one absolute truth. Am I trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
Makoto really was the killer. He never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life. Feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. We've been gripped by the despair you love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
That's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to
Hey.
convince. If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Eh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. You would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're making all this up, you're welcome to prove us wrong. Nope. You have no choice but to prove it. Because to kill Makoto without proving your innocence, you'd be accepting your own defeat. Why deny our despair fair?
That's
and
what we
square?
have to
I
do.
suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
it's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair
It's
trial.
time for one
It's
last
time for
showdown.
one
One final battle
There we go.
between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be your chance to expose the identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? Probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes! Now what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one a honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept
You guys!
do things your way? That'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can
Let's-
barely contain myself!
One final grisly showdown. Do we still have a shot at this?
Bear it!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
This final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. Will you learn the whole truth? What kind of despair will you show me? I'm as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
Just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Oh, hold on, there has been an exception to that.
Yep.
We had a class trial for Sakura. Sakura was not killed by another student.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Because child is no exception. That's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high-skill students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
Listen.
There's a someone else has joined into the killing game, but they're in a wheelchair, so they didn't take a single step. Why do you go?
Now
I'm done talking. Got nothing left to
angry.
say to you. So get lost, would you?
Whew.
Seems emotionally
Hey!
unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Can't you just let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're gonna get your punishment later anyway. You start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Well, let's go, huh? Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. Could hardly
I can
believe
think
it,
of
but
another exception, but I don't want to say it because I think it gets involved with the plot.
saved my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Okay, everything I have right now is
However-
because of you.
Whew.
And the mastermind agreed to it. They don't stand to gain anything, right?
So,
We had no choice but to accept.
because...
Because the one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
So...
Thinking to myself, do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
Listen.
What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Indeed.
Because I had previewed something like that happens very often, so it's hard to imagine that kind of thing is extremely difficult
However,
to pull off. The mastermind
in
was
other
able to do it.
words-
There's been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
So...
Had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show
It
the
would
world.
seem...
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. All their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone.
In other words...
Mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other and show that off to the entire world.
Correct.
To prove a point.
Hey,
That's our role as a name for the students of Hope Speak, right? A certain concept. Hope.
that's right.
Those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink to despair. Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's the goal as the ultimate despair.
It's true.
It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Makoto.
I think it must be cueing yet. The same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
In other words...
As well as to broadcast this killing game to the world, Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't be a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
It's precisely the reason, no matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I won't violate a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules for it. They began a class trial that didn't have a right answer, then making me out to be the killer. But even that
It's
didn't
true.
work. Thanks to you. Due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk, attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world. The mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
Prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They have to defeat us in perfect
In other
form.
words,
It'd only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? We're still able to get the mastermind
However-
to accept. Well, thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. Didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
Even though I couldn't prove any of it, it's just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. Looks like you got it right this time. At least, I won the bet.
Oh my god, I just realized something. Another reason why Alter Ego would only step in if it's Makoto. Because Kyoko's the one with the key to the hatch at the top of the garbage chute. But the lock is on the outside of that hatch.
Oh yeah, so Kyoko would have
Would
just gone to the
have
top of the ladder and just been stuck.
Yeah, she would. So basically, it's a death sentence regardless.
Oof.
So basically, you know, Alter Ego had two choices: allow Kyoko to just, you know, live down there alone in the garbage dump until she died, or, you know, just let her get smushed and have it be over and done with quickly.
Nah. It is kind of weird that you need the key on both ends of the hallway. You need to unlock the hatch in the first place, and then you need to go into the garbage den and unlock the door from there.
Well,
You need
remember,
to unlock. You need to
I would think that the one at the bottom of the chute probably could be open from both sides, but the hatch could only be opened like from the top, and that's because the one on the, you know, at the garbage dump, like, it was more of a door, so the keyhole would have to have been, you know, as part of the door mechanism, whereas
I was trying to
the
make a
one,
joke.
you know, at the top, the lock is, you know, was a padlock on the outside.
I was trying to make a joke. You have to unlock it. You have to unlock that hallway from both sides to make the shortcut. What is this, a Metroidvania? Sending a strong blah blah blah. Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, probably right. How pathetic.
However,
We can't relax. All you've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this
Correct.
time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except
Hey.
to win. Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind.
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway, shall we go?
Probably in the dorm somewhere. Let's go.
Alright, that's probably a good stopping point for the episode.
Well, oh no, we are technically on chapter 6. You want to end it here then, before we meet everyone?
Yep. Because I would say with what remains of the game, we have one or two more episodes.